Unless we're living under rocks, everyone knows the world of addiction is out of control, growing on a daily basis. From 2020 to 2025, addictions have gone insanely wild. They really have. Alcohol, pot, nicotine, food is a huge addiction in our world today. There's just so many things. Social media, of course, is an addiction, right? How do you get out of it? How do you let an addiction go? The very first thing you have to have is a desire, right? If you don't have a desire to get out of it, if you make the excuse, well, this is what I've done and I'm not hurting anyone. I've never been arrested. The nicotine is just hurting me. It's not going to hurt anyone else. We can go through all kinds of things. But what we really need to do is we need to learn the art of reframing. So when we say words like, well, if I don't go to this party and have a drink, my friends aren't going to like me. They're not going to invite me. And instead of that, we have to reframe and say, I can't wait to go to this party and my friends will be drinking and I choose not to. Then I'll let them know ahead of time. I don't want to get caught in a corner of people going, oh, come on, just do this shot, just do that shot. See, we reframe. And the best way to reframe to get out of an addiction is in writing. So I would write down, normally when I go to parties, I drink because I feel the peer pressure. I am attending the party tonight free of alcohol. And I know people will give me a little bit of kidding around. But I'm strong enough to know that this is crucial for my current and future health. We have to reframe. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's food, we're eating a lot of sugar at night or something like that. We've got to reframe that. Wow, I've been leaning on sugar to numb my emotions so I don't have to feel in the evening. That's the old me, right? The new me. I am now willing to substitute a healthier choice than sugar so that I can continue to heal and actually learn how to deal with my emotions. It doesn't sound very fun to an addict, does it? I mean, one of the reasons that we all become addicted is because we don't want to deal with reality. We don't want to deal with the pain. We don't want to deal with what's going on in Washington. We don't want to deal with what's going on with our children, with our partner, with our parents, with our siblings, with our friends. So everyone looks for a way to get out. It could be social media for you. It could be television. It could be the news. It could be a substance. It could be spending. It doesn't matter. But the world of addiction is so freaking brutal. I'll share you from my perspective. For 30 years, I was a raging alcoholic, even though doing this work. Addicts are very, very clever. We can find ways to continue to show up and be functioning alcoholics. The world would never have known what I was doing back then. For 30 years, no one knew except for my brother, pretty much. He was the only one that knew. When I decided to get clean, it came from this really incredible, simple conversation with a woman I was dating at the time. And she said, hey, David, like all the other guys I've dated who drank, you're going to leave me for alcohol one day. And I was shocked, I said, what are you talking about? And she goes, everyone does. She goes, alcohol is more important than I am. And of course I sat there and discussed it with her and told her I didn't think she was right. I said she was wrong. And she said, well, we'll see. But this is a pattern I've seen my whole life. And she would have been right. But that conversation, she didn't say anything like, when you get drunk, you're belligerent. When you get drunk, you do this, because we've never had a problem with my drinking. That night I went to bed and I said, oh my God, she's right. I have to reframe the way I think about alcohol. I had always said it helps me relax. It's great to have on vacation. It helps me create new business. When I go to networking events and drink with people, out to dinner and drinks. Oh my God, I used to do that in the 80s all the time, right? And I got a lot of business from it. But I had to reframe it. And I had to look in the mirror and say, David, alcoholism is taking over your life. You're starting to isolate. You're starting to drink more by yourself. You're starting to be less social. You're starting. We've got to turn this around. It took a year of me reframing and working with another addiction therapist, even though that's what I do in my life. I couldn't do it for myself. But when I reframed it and said, look at how I'm creating problems in my life. Look at my intimacy and how this woman just told me I'm going to leave her. Look at what's going on. Look at how on weekends I have a tendency to sleep in. And as I kept looking at all of the issues alcohol was creating in my life, I finally got the strength to get professional help. And like I said, 365 days later, working on my mindset, working on the falsehood that alcohol is okay to drink. Everyone says the same thing. Oh, everyone drinks. That's not true. you can reframe any addiction whatsoever. And if you need help, I give everyone a free 20-minute session on the phone. Go to talkdavid.com. Look at the contact us button. Just send an email saying, I want to talk to David. That's all you have to do. My team will set everything else, okay? I have so much experience, 46 years experience of helping people get sober, many, many years of me being sober. And it doesn't matter what your addiction is. We work with everything you can imagine, from gambling to spending to food to alcohol, nicotine, pot, social media, news. I could go on and on and on. We've been doing this so long, right? And we can help you reframe. We can help you change that subconscious mind that's saying, oh, it's okay, we'll just have a couple, which turns into a couple more. Don't give up on yourself. Anyone can beat an addiction. If I can do it after 30 years of cocaine and alcohol and codependency, my Lord, you can too. And I'm here to help you. Also at the website, talkdavid.com, 5 free books, and one of them is our latest book on permanent alcohol and addiction recovery. You can get that book for free right now. I'm David Essel. Have faith. Believe in yourself. The world of addiction can be overcome. I know the pathway. Let's get there together. Have a beautiful day.